Hi everyone, my name is Joanna. Thanks for checking out my channel. Today I want to share an updated makeup routine, some things that I've talked about before and I'm still loving, but also some new products I've been trying this year and want to share with you guys. I'm also going to do a bit of a pregnancy update because I haven't really talked too much about it on this channel. I've done a few videos about our pregnancy, so hopefully you can check those out if you missed them. But I just want to, just talk about it a little bit for myself and just for anyone who's interested. We are in our 29th week, so we're in our third trimester. So I definitely want to record some things so I have it to look back on. So if you're interested in any of that, then stick around. Alright, so I moisturize my face with Aveeno. It's a body moisturizer, but I just use it on my face. I've tried different facial moisturizers before, but I just keep coming back to this one. I think it works well. I'm definitely open to trying other moisturizers, but it always works for me and it's really inexpensive. I also have been using this on stretch marks on my tummy as it grows, and I've been using this shea butter. This is 100% raw shea butter, so it's really gritty. You have to work it in your hands and kind of heat it up to be able to use it, but I've been using those too and I think they've been working. I think stretch marks, from what I understand, are a little more based on like your genes and if it's hereditary. If you're just either going to get them or you're not. So moisturizing may or may not help, but it definitely feels a lot better as your skin is stretching and gets itchy. So I would recommend either one of those, pregnancy related, but also this one just as a general moisturizer. Okay, so next is the Milani Prime Shield. This is a primer that I've used before and I really like it. I don't know a whole lot about primers, so if you have one that you love, please leave it in the comments. I've used this one and the Wet n Wild one, and I've had a lot of success with either one of those. But again, I'm totally open to trying new ones. I love that these are from the drugstore. I don't think I would want to spend a whole lot of money on primers, but I'm definitely open to suggestions if you guys have any. So I really focus on my cheeks and my T-zone just to give me a little bit more of a base and have my foundation last a bit longer. Next is foundation. This is one I've definitely talked about before. Guys, this is really good. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. There's no pump, it's just a glass jar that you pour it out in. This is like, I think it's $10, $12 at the drugstore, Canadian, so you can convert that for where you are. But I've used it for a long time and I really like it. It's a medium coverage, I would say. You might be able to build it up a little bit thicker than that, but I typically like a medium coverage. I don't really go for full coverage foundations anymore. I feel like this one does a great job. It lasts fairly long and it's just a great price. It also has a great shade range, so which is awesome. I think you'll be able to find something that works for you. And they have two formulas. They have the matte formula and then, I don't know what the other one is called. I'll link it below, but you can choose kind of which one you prefer. My skin is probably more on the dry side, and I find that the matte foundation doesn't really dry out my skin. Even though the matte foundation says for normal to oily skin, I think it still works on my drier skin. I don't feel like it dries out my face or shows off any dry patches, which is great. So I wear the shade 220 in Natural Beige, but like I said, there are lots of options, I think, in this foundation. So I think you'd find one that you like and that works really well for your skin. All right, this is the Quo blending sponge. I want to say it's like $6 or $7, which is great compared to the Beauty Blender. I like the Beauty Blender, but I think this one works just as well. I've also tried the Eco Tools sponge, which you can get at Walmart, which I think is great as well. And I feel like you don't necessarily need to buy the Beauty Blender anymore because there's other options out there. If you haven't tried either one, I would try this one first. And if you like this one, or again, the Eco Tools sponge, I feel like you don't have to spend I think it's 20 bucks now for the Beauty Blender. All right, let's do a couple of pregnancy questions. These are questions that I've been getting and just kind of typical pregnancy questions that most people get. I'm gonna put a tiny bit more on here. first question that I get, I talked about already, is just how far along are you? Which we are 29 weeks, which is really exciting. We're in our third trimester. I use the What to Expect When You're Expecting app, which is fun, and it shows you how big your baby is each week. So we are at the size of a cauliflower head, which is crazy. This app also has two other options. You can do 90s nostalgia. So like one week it was a Pokemon card, or like a Polly Pocket, like those traveling cases used to have, or those jelly shoes. It's hilarious. Or you can switch to movie props. And that's fun too. There was like the mug from The Office, or Dorothy's shoes from Wizard of Oz, things like that. We're almost in the 30s. It's crazy. All right. So I really like the way that this covers. I'm using my phone to put my makeup on, so I hope I'm doing a decent job. But I think this covers really well. I do have some redness in my skin, and I feel like it covers it up really well. And yeah, that's that. Try it out if you haven't done so already. Okay, so for powder, this is totally a YouTube made me buy it purchase. This is the Coty Airspun Powder. We bought it off of Amazon because I don't think I can get it in store in Canada, but I asked for it for Christmas. It's a loose setting powder. It honestly reminds me of baby powder. Smells like it to me, and very similar texture. I've had it since Christmas, and I honestly feel like I haven't gone through any at all. Now, I haven't worn makeup every day like many of us, but I think that this is totally a great product. I'll put the price. I don't quite remember what it was, but it's a lot cheaper than a high-end loose setting powder, and I think it does a great job, and it'll last you for a long time. I don't have any special brushes. This year, I just asked for some Amazon sets. So both my husband and sister gave me brushes, which is nice. So I just have a bunch from Amazon. I can link them below if you're interested. But if you're just getting started with makeup, I would just get a set like that, because brushes can be expensive. If you find there's a couple that you want to invest in, do it. But I would just start with like a generic set, because that's a lot more affordable than buying individual brushes, especially from name brands. This is also a YouTube made me buy it. This is the Hula Bronzer. This is the mini, and I find it lasts me quite a while. I usually ask for it for Christmas or something like that, and it's great. I think it's a good color, especially if you're starting out and just kind of figuring out bronzer and contour and all those things like I am. But I think this color would work for a lot of people. I just do kind of my jawline here, or sorry, my cheekbone, and then a little bit on my forehead and a little on my neck. So yeah, I do put some on my neck. I saw people like doing the full like chisel around the neck. I don't quite do that, but I do think it does help give you a little more definition around there. So yeah. Love this bronzer. It's a little pricey. It's not, you can buy it in some drugstores now, but I think it's worth it. Try the mini if you've never tried it before, or ask for Christmas. That's what I always do. I have this blush from e.l.f. in Mellow Mauve. I'm going to be honest, I don't love blush just because not that I don't love it. I just pick really neutral colors with blush because I have some redness to my skin, and I feel like I don't need to add any more, if you know what I mean. This at least puts it in the right spot-ish. I'll show you this in natural light too. I know it's not the best lighting at the moment, but yeah, I just like a little bit of a neutral blush there. And that's what I do all the time. But it's great. It's inexpensive, from e.l.f. Love it. Okay, next I have highlighter. I know people don't put powder, or say not to put liquid over powder, but I do it. This is from some of the makeup that my cousin sent me, if you saw that video. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. So I use this as a highlighter. It came in a pack of 3 different colors, and I love the more pinky toned one. So I just put a few dots right along my cheekbones there, and just dab it in again with the blending sponge. I think I've worn this a few times and people have said I have a pregnancy glow, which I totally appreciate. It might be this, it might be both, but I think this is nice. It's definitely noticeable, but not too much. Okay, let's talk pregnancy a little bit, and then we're going to dive into this eyeshadow palette by Tati Beauty. She's a very famous YouTuber, and I got her palette for my birthday. I love it. We're going to talk about it in just a second. A few other questions I get is, you know what we're having? Yes, we know we're having a boy. We're very excited. We would have been excited either way, but we're excited. Like, now that we know, there's so many little things we can get excited about. If you haven't seen the gender reveal, I will link that above. That was really fun. I surprised my husband. I found out like that morning and then set up the gender reveal for him, and then we shared it with our friends and family, so that was really special. We unfortunately he hasn't been able to come to ultrasound, so this was kind of a fun thing for us to do, just the two of us, and so he could be involved in it, and then it was a fun video to send to everybody. Okay, let's talk pregnancy symptoms, at least so far. So the first trimester, definitely had the nausea. I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because it's kind of, for me, it was like all day sickness. And I've heard a lot of people say that. But I was teaching on Zoom at that point, which was totally one of the silver linings of COVID, because as soon as I was done Zoom calls for the day, as soon as I was done Zoom calls for the day, I would just pass out and have like a half an hour nap, which was great. Yeah, I definitely had some of that. Into the second trimester, I had a few weeks where I was feeling great and I didn't have any nausea, but it has come back, and I'm taking diclectin, which is a pretty common medication they give pregnant women for nausea, which is helping. Still getting some morning sickness into the third trimester, but definitely. Sorry, I got cut off there. I don't remember what I was talking about. I think having morning sickness at the moment. I do have quite a commute to work, so that kind of makes me sick sometimes, but I'm thankful that I can take the medication to help for sure. I haven't had too many other symptoms, like being tired, had some gas, just saying, sorry if that's awkward. Yeah. And I'm thankful that I haven't really had any extra back pain. I do have some on occasion, just not because of another condition, not being pregnant. But I feel like I haven't got any extra yet, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, I'm just so excited because I'm feeling the baby move a lot, like so much now. And I love feeling that. I feel really connected to him when feeling him move. So I'm definitely enjoying that. I just used this light brown color in the Soothe. Yep, the Soothe line in my crease. I use this one pretty much every day. And then I just pick from any of the brownish, glittery, shimmery shades, I should say. Yeah, I haven't used the glitters as much just because I haven't had a whole lot of places to go. But I will use one of the shimmers in Soothe all over my lid. Okay, I am almost done. Oh, I gotta add some more Soothe into the other side. Hang on a second. Professional at work here, as you can tell. All right. I do find these shadows pretty easy to blend. And so sometimes I do liner, sometimes I don't. This is the Maybelline Master Precise All Day. I really like it. I love the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner, and I got that in a free birthday gift from Sephora, so try that out if you can, but this one's pretty good. Due date is December 7th. I'm very, very excited. Going to go on, the plan is to go on maternity leave on the Friday before, so that would be what, the 4th of December, I think. Of course, it's going to depend on the baby and how I'm feeling and all those things, but we're going to try and hopefully go that long. I love this mascara. Amazing. Try it from the drugstore. Okay, I'm going to show you a shot of my makeup outside, just so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm really excited to have a baby for Christmas. I'm totally looking for matching Christmas pajamas for all of us. If you would like to see the announcement where we share the baby's name and all those things, you can follow me on Instagram. And if you have any questions, I'm a first-time mom, so I'm mostly asking questions to other people. But if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. We'll do a few other baby-related videos. And yeah, before you know it, these next 10 weeks, 11 weeks are gonna fly by. So this is the finished look. The lighting is a little bit better so you can see everything. I really like it. I'll link the products below that I mentioned if you're interested in trying them. The last question I wanted to do was any pregnancy cravings that I've been having. I love hearing this question and hearing other people answer it. So I was definitely craving lemonade in the first trimester and still am, but I definitely was craving more sour things. I love chocolate, but I just love it anyways. I think that's a Joanna craving, not a pregnancy craving. And then also like sandwiches, like, yeah, definitely craving just sandwiches, which is great. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Just wait for this car to go by. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll do a few more pregnancy related videos coming up. If you're interested, you can subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye.